Hello, boys and girls. In the last math class, we practiced basic operations. We practiced addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And today we're going to do the same. We're going to do one together, and then I'm going to have you practice one on your own. But first, we're going to set up our page. So I'm using the math packet I gave you in class, or that you picked up, Unit 1, Decimal Operations. And what I did is I just flipped to the back. On the back, there should be a blank piece of paper, a blank page. Okay? Now, I folded the paper to make squares to kind of organize myself, so I'd ask you to do the same. So I'll show you how I did it. You might have already figured it out, but I'll show you anyway. So what I did first is I folded the paper horizontally like this, fold it in half, right in half. Okay? So I made a little crease. And then what I did is I folded it vertically, folded it up from the bottom to make another half. So I made it like a quarter here. Okay. And then I unfolded it. And ta-da, I have 4 sections that are sort of easier to organize yourself with. All right. So we're going to start off with addition. As you note above, I just wrote a plus sign circled it just to help organize myself. And I'd ask that you write this down as well. We're going to do 1,345 plus 768. Notice that I lined up the place values to make sure that I was adding these correctly. So the ones place are lined up, tens, hundreds. There's only one number that has a thousands place. So I made sure to line those up. All right, let's add. 5 plus 8 is 13. So I'm going to put down 3 ones. I have an extra 10. I'm going to carry that to the tens place. 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So I'm going to put the 1 down and carry the extra to the hundreds place. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 1 is 11, another 11. So we're going to put down 1 in the hundreds place and carry a 1 to the thousands place. And then, of course, 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2,113, that makes sense because this number was like around 1,300. This number is around 700, not exact. If you were to round it, it would go to 800, but it's near 700. 1,300 plus 700 is 2,000, which is 2,000. So it makes sense that this answer was close to 2,000. So what I want you to do is you're going to pause the video for a moment, and I want you to try this problem on your own. So at this point, please pause and try that one out. All right, so we're unpaused, and now we're going to move on to subtraction. You should have tried this one on your own. All right, so here we go. We're moving on to subtraction. We're going to subtract 2,732 minus 1,864. All right, we might need to do a little bit of regrouping here. Move some things around. Because 2 minus, well, first off, this number's around 3,000. This number's around 2,000. I'm guessing the answer is going to be around 1,000 because 3,000 minus 2,000 is 1,000. So I'm guessing it's around 1,000, maybe a little bit less. 2 minus 4. Well, we can do 2 minus 4, but it would be negative, and we don't want that. So I'm going to go to the tens place. I'm going to borrow 10. I'm going to take a 10. I'm not going to give it back. So I'm going to take a 10. I'm going to left with 2 tens. I'm going to give that 10 to the ones place. So now we have 12 minus 4, which is going to be positive. We can do it. 12 minus 4 is 8. Okay, then I'm going to move to the tens place. We have 2 tens minus 6 tens. Again, that's going to be negative. We don't want that. So we're going to go to the hundreds place. We're going to take 100. We're going to be left with 6 hundreds. We're going to give one of the 100 to the tens place, and now we have 12 tens. 12 minus 6 is, of course, 6. All right, and then we move to the hundreds place. We have 6 hundreds minus 8 hundreds. Okay, well, that's going to be negative too if we do 6 minus 8. So we have to go to the thousands, and take 1,000. So instead of 2,000s, we're going to be left with 1,000. We're going to give that one extra 1,000 to the hundreds place. So now we have 1,600s. 16 minus 8 is 8. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So we're left with 868. Now, I thought it was going to be around 1,000, which it is. It's a little bit less, which is which is our prediction. So feeling good about that one. So the one I want you to try right now on your own is 3,812 minus 641. You can go ahead, pause the video, and try that one out on your own. Okie dokes. Now we're unpaused. We tried out that subtraction problem. Hope it went well. Your answer should be a little bit more than 300 or 3,000. I'm sorry. All right, let's move on to some multiplication. So just to organize myself, I wrote the multiplication symbol, circled it. That just helped me organize myself. That's all. All right, let's multiply. So this is around 300. That's around 40. 300 times 40 would be 12,000. So I'm thinking it's going to be 12,000, maybe a little bit more, because I rounded these both down. All right, let's multiply. 6 times 2 is 12. Put the 2 down. Bring the 1 to the tens place. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is going to be 5 tenths. Nice. And 2 times 3 is going to be 6. That's going to be 6 hundredths, because that's a 300. 2 times 300 is 600, so that goes in the hundredths place. All right, now, what I like to do at this point is I like to cross the 2 off, and I like to erase the 1, just because I don't want to mix myself up here. So I'm going to kind of restart here. I'm going to cross the 2 off because I already multiplied the 2. Now, this is not a 4. That's a 40. So I'm going to multiply by 40. To do that, first, I need to put a 0 here in the 1's place just to hold the place, because that is not a 4, that's a 40. So now I can multiply as normal. 4 times 6 is 24. Put the 4 down. Carry the 2 to the tens place. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. Put a 0 down here in the hundredths place. Carry that 1 up to the hundredths place. 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. So we're going to keep that 13. There it is. So now we're going to add these together. Can't wait. 2 plus 0 is 2. 5 plus 4 is 9. Oh, we don't have to do any regrouping here. 6 plus 0 is 6. 3 is just 3. And 1 is 1, of course. So we wind up with 13,692. My estimate was about 12,000, a little bit more because we rounded those numbers down. And I'm feeling good about that answer. So now what you're going to do is try this one out on your own. 242 times 56. Please write that down. Try that one out. You can pause the video at this point. Okie dokes. Unpause. We tried that one out. The answer should be a bit more than 10,000, maybe around 12,000. 11 to 12,000. That's my estimate for that one. All right. Here we go. 432 divided by 8. Here's an interesting fact, by the way. The division sign, which I drew here and circled just to keep myself organized, is called an obelus or obelus. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but there is an interesting fact. Maybe that'll come up in one of Mr. Path's cafeteria trivia questions, so that's good to know. 432 divided by 8. Let's do it. I'm guessing it's going to be less than 100 because 800 divided by 8, I know that's 800. 400 divided by 8 is 50, so it's going to be a little bit greater than 50. 8 goes into 4. Well, it doesn't go into 4. 8 does not fit completely into 4. So I'm just going to put a faint 0. I'm not going to dig my pencil in real deep. So I'm just going to put a faint 0 here just to know that I've kept that place. 8 goes into 43. Let's look at 43 5 times, because 5 times 8 is 40. And 6 times 8 would be 48, so that'd be too much. So 5 works well. 5 times 8 is 40. 43 minus 40 is 3. Bring down the 2. I like to use that arrow just to help keep myself organized. 8 goes into 32 4 times exactly. 4 times 8 is 32. Perfect. And no remainder. That's nice. So again, it was a little bit above 50, which makes sense because 400 divided by 8 is 50, so it makes sense to be around 50. All right, your last one, the last one you're going to try on your own is 864 divided by 4. I'm guessing you're going to get something a little bit above 200 there, okay? A little bit above 200. So once you finish that one, I did include the answers in the Google Classroom for the problems you tried on your own. I ask, though, that you do the problems on your own first, just to try them, and then check them with the answers, just to get that practice. And then you can change them or edit them if you got them wrong for some reason. If you have any questions, you can try to send me a message, or you can wait till tomorrow and ask me a question in class. I'd be happy to answer your questions. All right, well, I had a great time, and I will see you in the next math class. Have a great day.